two hands. I'm going to read just a couple poems from a manuscript I've been working on called Late Human. And I realized as I was looking at them earlier today that they're actually quite dark, and I don't feel very dark. In fact, I feel very optimistic, particularly about occasions like this and about the solidarity that has been going on this campus in the last 9-10 months. So I'll start with the end of an era. If I can see it. It was with a pang of joy, flukily dispatched, I watched you flop out to sea, wing in wing and younger than dirt, at the happy end of a hot day, but more epochal than yogic upon reflection. Which brings us to your hard female dive into a wave, dateless, unsaved, as far as anyone knows or cares in candle flame, behind a cold plastic jug of undrunk milk, hurrying to slap the chore of the hack on the tongue of the teen's mechanical lip. You're down, in some sense, and the medics have you. I fought something like the law and lay down by you myself. What will our political supineness, pan ultimately elect, but optimistic relativism in a filthy harbor, in St. James Infirmary? But see, I will happily flail, for one thing, in wishing you'd just keep swimming in your high-top Stetson hat. The takeaways, speed-ups, and certain other total losses mess the quahogs and beach plums up, same as the rest of us, tendrils and suffragists. So you might just as well see us again in summer arrest, flat out on wet sand, statuesque, lyric in defeat of our belief in causes. Little Klaus and Big. This is based very loosely on a story by Hans Christian Andersen called something like Little Klaus and Big Klaus, which is a very grisly and funny story about the underdog taking the day. Little Klaus and Big. B is never A's equal. Along the road, there's always a table under which to sell. Is it the farmer or mate who's the whore? For we are very fond of ourselves. Take this sack and empty it over the heads of your guests. Let them dicker for the tasty bits. Fried pickles leave a stain on the t-shirt of A, while B gallops she knows not. How cleverly the greasy drops follow their prompt. Though everyone who is anyone anywhere notices the magnetism of true plot on the river of cattle where, in the urge to scrimmage, art will turn out to have been an airtight alibi for snuff. Diet of worms. Will I ride again? Maybe not in the style to which I am accustomed. Unbridled detail, ditched here, would show you my stripe, but famously not under the star of tonight. My choice of poisons will not signify as would you kissing you in your burnous. Loose lips have said it all before, or made the saying slack, completely out of whack, like the undescended testicle of Ron, R-O-N, or Ron, R-A-N, or rain in the unrained season, sodden at the fate of excess, estrogen in the water supply. Watering the drought-thirsty verge, a dry worm stuck to the heart of the spade, nude, anorectic, and sad, my diet being your coincidence, while Mercury, retrograde as ever, tries to cross the sky of paranoia to the science of belief. In here I, so not an island, stand, that my dictum flows back from inarguable fact to the generosity bestowed upon me and my bald horse. Void, of course. And the last one, none of us is blameless. The other shoe drops to milky applause as work wipes its extras away in the brawny serviettes of free association, though all parks should be wide to anyone who poses with a brown paper bag but won't wait. Why eat when the seat of pleasure is so far from the seed pit of the brain? Ductus insists upon movement. I set the alarm and go back to sleep and continue with my little charge in his uber-dorky hospital sandals into the long pastel, while the unnaturally green and uniform grass of the business park dozes under identically waving non-native trees, below which the improv droops somewhat lamely, though everything in a line has its place, the limp being limpid, in a landscape limitless by virtue of its pudendous travelers, whose supposed well-being cues amorous commerce, the long, short, and thick of it, zero for conduct, ending in rooms, on a key of brooms, fascinating, but in the end unoccupied by actors.